always go to the toilet before you get into any form of fight, even if it's in a bar.
That's
So
it. If the guy wants to take, just say,
you say, sorry, dude, I need to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And then jump out the back window. Welcome to your friendly spaghetti junction.
Where we talk about things.
No, my name is Gareth.
Oh, you didn't say that yet.
Well, let's rewind that. Welcome to Spaghetti Junction. My name is Gareth.
My name is Bruce.
We talk about things.
We just
Don't know
where they're going to go.
That's correct, Bruce. We don't know where they're going to go. You have a story about a rooster.
I do. Oh,
and I actually haven't heard this one.
No, you haven't. I haven't.
This is all fresh for everyone.
Yes, very, because I forgot about it.
Thank you, Bruce.
So I was house sitting this week.
Nice.
As I do.
You do, Bruce, yes.
Everyone needs a side hustle.
Wow. Okay. Hustle away.
So I was looking after this house. It's regular house sitting clients of mine. I've been house sitting for them for quite a while.
Yep.
And they have probably got some of the most animals that I've looked after at one house. They have 2 dogs, 2 cats, a ton of birds, fish. The daughter has rats.
Has she seen a doctor? Because normally it's crabs. If it's rats,
I don't know if there's a cream
if
for
it's
that.
rats, you know you got a problem.
I don't know if there's
I'm
a
just
cream
saying.
for that.
No, there's definitely not cream for that, pal. Yes.
And they've also got a bit of like an outside farmyard
Seriously?
type of thing. I'm like chickens, bunnies. The
What?
whole,
They sound... Well, that's a horrible job to have, dude. I'm sorry. When I house it,
Dude, you have
I want to know like if they have 1 or 2 dogs and 1 cat. Any more, I'm not a farmer.
Yeah, try 2 golden retrievers, 2 cats, 3 different fish tanks,
3.
4 different bird cages. A total of about 7 birds, and no, 6 birds. I lie, and 3 rats this time. There used to be 8 in 3 different cages. And then a couple of chickens and some bunnies and
Holy crap. And you have to feed them all.
Fortunately, this time, I had some help because the maid was going to take quite a bit of the feeding.
Horrible job for her as well.
But normally it's had to be me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, they got a rooster as well. So obviously the chickens are now laying eggs. The problem is that rooster at about 3:30 in the morning
Oh, Lord.
starts flipping crowing. So I was there from the Monday night just until the Friday. So thank goodness not too long.
I'm mental.
But on that Tuesday morning, first morning there, this rooster starts at 3:30
In the morning.
and the master bedroom where I'm sleeping is right next to where the little farmyard is.
Yeah.
For the next 3 nights, I was on the couch on the other end of the house.
Oh, because it's so loud the other
slept
side.
on the couch in the lounge.
It must have been
It's
so bad.
quite a comfortable couch, but I still didn't sleep as well.
No, it's horrible when you're on the couch.
But I had to close doors, close that bedroom door.
That loud?
That rooster is impressive. I gotta be honest.
You go, boy.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I'd probably go and high five him because that was loud.
That's pretty
I
impressive.
couldn't believe it, and he didn't. I don't think I actually got back to sleep on that Tuesday morning from 3:30.
That's horrid.
Like I like waking up early. Don't get me wrong,
No,
but
you
not
do.
that early.
I would have gone outside and clubbed him. Just saying.
Yes.
And then blame it on like a cougar or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I mean, my sister and brother-in-law, they also have roosters. No, they used to have roosters.
Yeah.
And what happened was there's a feral cat that came through and munched a few of them. Like a wild cat.
Yeah.
They have a wild cat. I think they said it was a bobcat, but I don't know.
Jeepers.
It was some kind of cat. So maybe you can pretend there was a cat there and they know.
Yeah.
And now their rooster's gone.
Well, I got to be honest. The family didn't seem too concerned if I had said to them, "Listen, sorry, but the rooster disappeared."
That would have been okay.
They really would have been like, "Yeah, okay, that's all right."
Sure, we'll have to buy it to you.
It was like they're a little bit too unconcerned.
Yeah, that's probably not their first rooster. I'm just saying.
Maybe. Jeez. And they're an animal loving family, but even then,
That rooster needs a slap. A big one.
Well, yeah, what I wanted to. I wanted to slap that rooster.
And now, a word from our sponsors. In Japan, Pepsi flavors have included azuki bean, strawberry milk, shiso, cucumber, baobab tree fruit, yogurt, and salty watermelon.
What about Pepsi flavor?
That's probably a bit too boring in Japan. And now a word from our sponsor. Not yet, but should be. And back to our viewing. Or listening. Thanks. Slap.
Slap fighting.
Yep. It's real.
Apparently
it's real.
This is where in 2020 slapping can identify as a because anything can identify as anything else.
Okay.
Slapping
Funny.
Slapping can identify as a combat sport.
Yes.
So yeah, the art of striking another fighter with an open hand for sport is the latest head-turning spectacular.
Head turning.
Yeah, whether you like it or not.
Literally head turning. That's a faux pas of knowledge.
Yes. And judging from some of the videos we watched, those heads got turned.
Sure.
Some of those heads got beaten.
Yep. Anybody who wants to watch it, just go to YouTube and type in slap fighting.
I was watching this stuff and I part of me just still couldn't believe that they took it this seriously. I mean, like announcers, ring girls, and the weigh-in. That kills me.
The weigh-in as well.
Yeah, let's have a weigh-in.
Yeah, well, you have to make sure that you're reasonably the same as the other person, because if you're bigger, you have more clout.
That's also true. Maybe they should just weigh the right arm instead of the whole, like put like a bathroom scale on a table and just weigh the guy's right arm.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, there's your weigh-in.
Yeah,
you can stare at each other with their arms on bathroom scales.
Yeah, that look really scary. I'm sorry, that just takes away the whole thing of being fearful of somebody with your arm on a bedroom scale.
So according to Wikipedia, this is the Wikipedia definition.
Yes.
Slap boxing, they call it slap boxing, is a physical activity somewhat simulating boxing, where open-handed slaps are used instead of fists.
Yep.
It's quasi-martial art form.
What? It's an art form.
Well, quasi-martial arts.
Okay. Which means what?
Wikipedia doesn't know what they're talking about.
What the hell's a quasi-martial arts?
It's kind of like sort of diet version.
Oh, okay.
For guys who can't really fight properly.
Gotcha.
An intersection between sparring and fighting, no it's not, is usually performed in an ad hoc or informal manner, or when boxing protective gear is unavailable.
It's never been... Sorry, that makes me laugh because they don't even look for boxing gear.
No.
So I think that Wikipedia is slightly off kilter there.
But how's this? Okay, if you want to talk about slap boxing...
Yeah, because that's not the same, is it?
What about... Yeah, but can you imagine two guys in a ring circling each other, all the footwork involved in boxing.
Yes.
But they're slapping each other with open fists, with open hands, instead of...
That would be hilarious, Bruce.
That would be.
If it was the right topic.
But can you imagine if that was?
I'm imagining it, and, you know...
It'd be more interesting to watch than just two guys standing there.
I think so.
Slapping each other.
I guess.
Because that's what slap fighting is.
That's right, Bruce.
Slap boxing, there's moving, there's footwork, there's...
You know what? You've done it. Move back to slap fighting. I'm going to take some time alone and laugh. I don't mind, Bruce.
And
excuse the party, by the way. It's not us. It's my landlord.
I beg to differ. I think we're having a cool party.
Yeah. Sure, Bruce.
Whether we like it or not.
Exactly. Thank you.
So, and the current slap fighting champion.
Dumples. It must be Dumples.
Oh, yes. His nick Dumpling.
Dumpling.
Yes.
He is the best in the world.
And obviously he's a Russian.
Yes, and his name is Dumpling. It's like, how scared are you of dumpling?
I think maybe the Russian word for dumpling is probably more intimidating than the English word.
Dumpling, yeah. Sounds scarier, exactly.
I got to try and pronounce this right, and I'm going to try.
Okay.
Vasily. Okay, that was easy.
Yeah.
Komotiski.
Komotiski.
Komotiski. Yeah.
Very nice.
He's an internet star.
Yeah,
just because of how good he is at slapping people in the face.
And he's big.
He's 6... what?
He's roly-poly big.
He is.
But I would never call him roly-poly to his face.
I wouldn't, no.
Because I wouldn't have a face left after that.
No, I wouldn't either. I think he is about... Yes, he's 300 pounds. Yeah, he's 300 pounds. That's what he weighs. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I wouldn't want to get nailed by this guy.
Good.
Jeez, anyway.
Is that it? And that was Spaghetti Punch Podcast.
What I've got.
Cool, that's not very helpful to people listening who think actually we are educated.
I know.
You come across as like, well, that's it, guys. 2 minutes in.
No.
So what the hell are we doing?
Well, you have the rules.
I do, Bruce. What do you have? It's not a competition. It's a podcast. Okay?
I'm in the spirit of no competition.
No.
What is?
I'm just up for our listeners, you know. So general rules are here. So basically, what happens is there's a counter in front of them, in the middle, basically.
Yes.
And there's a left person and a right person facing each other, and they have to use their right arms, unless there's a guy who's left-handed. Anyways, the point, left-handed. Yeah. Anyway, so they normally use their right on right, and they have to face up to each other. Then they level their hands next to the other person's face, making sure that when they swing and they hit, it's going to be at the right place. Because if you hit it in the wrong place, you can injure somebody. Not that anything else is going to injure you. And then they wind up, and then they count, and then it's a count of 3. So they move their arm back and in 1, 2, and then on the third shots, they let hell unleash and see who stands.
At my signal, unleash hell.
Unleash hell, exactly.
I think that those 2 movements in towards the face are probably to line the hand up with the correct spot.
Exactly, and it also lets the person know that it's going to come on the third shot. Because if you don't know when it's going to come,
then you're gonna
screwed.
Yeah, that means you're getting sucker slapped.
Sucker slapped. Sucker punch. I must actually watch that movie. Anyways, so at this counter, the fight is controlled by judges who care about the safety of competitors and adherence to the rules. Fine.
Thank goodness.
The duel is judged by 3 judges, 2 directly observing the fight and 1 analyzing replays. This is a real thing, man.
It's really serious, eh?
Each competitor entering the fight must have a mouth guard and ear protection. That's very true, because if they hit you on the side of the head, which is where they hit you, and you could literally have one of your eardrums pop.
Yeah.
Each competitor entering the fight must have a mouth guard. That's said that. There are 3 rounds. Okay, but although the ones that we've been watching, there are up to 7 rounds. I think these 7-round ones are more for like I laugh, but for a championship, the world champion.
Yeah, it's and
so there must be supporters, that protect the competitor from falling, because before the impact, the players rub talcum powders on their hands, and the judges make the final irrevocable decision.
All right. They also they can't each fighter cannot needs to keep their feet
planted.
Okay. They cannot sort of step into a slap or whatever to give them an unfair advantage. Although we did watch the one girl who was she was going down a little bit. She was sort of bending her knees and then coming up.
Using that power, yeah.
So obviously that's still illegal.
Yeah, the feet must be parallel to each other and shoulder width apart.
That's it.
And the same position of the feet must be maintained before, during, and after the impact. So basically, you cannot change any form of position. We're saying this like it's a real sport.
I know.
I'm not getting into this, and it's like, well.
So there are a couple of ways you can win.
Yes, Bruce.
Right.
Tell me.
So obviously, number 1, knockout. Okay.
And we have seen quite a few pillars.
So, so after being struck, the competitor can't resume within 30 seconds, which is interesting because the ones that we watched was 60 seconds. Yeah. So, okay. So there's a doctor on call, thank goodness, and hopefully paramedics.
Yes.
And then they that's made by the doctor or by the judges.
Yep.
Then you've got a TKO, it's technical knockout, where it's his competitor or his support decides that the injury is serious enough to prevent him from taking part.
How do you know when the injury is serious enough? when his
When you
when
see,
his eyeball is like out of its socket. It
yeah,
could be a problem.
torn retina,
Yep.
whatever.
Exactly.
By a point advantage or by disqualification.
Oh,
Disqualification. That means you're a naughty slapper.
yes. So disqualifications, when the judges find a rule violation, they may punish the participant
By slapping him.
with a warning. Then they have a second warning, and then in case there's a clear breach, then they get booted.
Do they slap him with a warning?
So terrible. Clever, but terrible.
I know, come on.
So there are some forbidden acts, stuff that you can't say. Do, shall I say. It is forbidden to hit in any prohibited places. Okay.
Yes.
What are the places? Rubbing the face with lubricants. Yeah, because that's definitely the wrong place for lubricants. Anyways, at the moment when the participants are preparing to go to the stage, it is forbidden to go to the toilet and locker room. So basically, you got to pee before you get in the... So you can't just say, sorry guys, I need the bathroom.
No.
Always go to the toilet before you get into any form of fight, even if it's in a bar.
That's
So
it. If the guy wants to take,
It is-
just say,
you say, sorry dude, I need to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Just,
And then jump out the back window. That's what I would do. No hitting. And it is forbidden to be under the influence of alcohol, intoxicants, stimulants. Yeah.
yeah.
Very dumb.
So the prohibited
Have
areas
yes.
that you're not allowed to hit. So firstly the temple.
Which temple? You've got to go and pray before you get slapped. Any temple you want to go to, people. Find your God.
Then the eye socket.
Well, obviously.
Yeah. The nose. That's why they've got to be really close, otherwise the guy will go
Clap
straight
your,
past
you'll
them.
break your nose
Yeah,
nicely.
well, geez, considering how some of those guys flipping to hit.
They don't play games.
No, they don't. On the ear.
Which I don't get, because when they wind up and they slap, their ear's involved.
It seems like it's just the tip of the
Just
fingers.
the tip, you're right. Okay.
So it's but they are wearing ear protection. They're wearing something stuck in their ears that's going to protect in case
Whatever brain they have left.
or protect the eardrum. Or
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
more importantly,
And let me guess, you're going to say larynx.
yeah, because because it's really difficult to miss the guy's head by about 3 inches and hit the guy in the throat.
Yes.
But there you go. So yeah, because that could put a damper on your day if you got hit there.
Yep.
Okay, then the behavior of the competitor.
I think we're on the same page.
I think we're on.
In fact, we are on the same page.
We're on the.
Finally, we're on the same page in a freaking podcast episode. It's finally happened, people.
So you can't stand back or lean back.
Okay, carry on. Just keep on going.
Don't.
Just keep on going.
Or to avoid a blow.
Mm-hmm.
So it is just you basically putting your face in the path of the hand. You can't turn your head. That's interesting because we said this was quite a head-turning sport. So I don't know.
You know what? Shut up. I mean,
You must not cover yourself. So don't like put your hands up over your face like a little bitch.
what? Wow. Yeah, that's the last time you're going to say that. If you end up, you're like acting all tough.
I know.
Long
Yeah,
you
I
lost.
would. Yeah. Geez.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I wouldn't survive. I don't think one slap from these guys. And you can't raise your shoulders to cover your chin.
Correct.
I can't even raise my shoulders that high.
Hoy. Did you know that UFC president who we spoken about a few times, Dana White, he's an actual advocate for the sport.
Really?
Dana White. Yep. I reckon he'll do well on the slap fights.
I think he sees.
He has a huge neck and a big ass head.
I think he sees a payday.
Oh, obviously.
He's like, yo, this is something we could get our teeth into.
Yeah. Someone said some people just need to be slapped. Yep, you're in the right place. No, he did. He thinks it's a pretty cool idea.
Jeepers.
Thanks, Dana White.
Okay. I can't fathom this whole thing. I think it's for.
I find it so. Dana White on a tweet said these guys slap the shit out of each other. The guy in the red, yes, is Champ Dumpling. That's right, and he just lost for the first time. I'm thinking of these. about these guys on UFC Fight Pass. What do you think? No way, somebody actually knocked out Dumpling.
Cheapers.
Wow, no, I'm just seeing it now. I know we're seem so invested into the story of slap fighting. Sorry guys, there is I'm just watching a video link on which Daniel White posted, by the way.
Okay.
I have respect for him. And he found the only one fight when Dumpling actually lost.
All right.
Good old Dumpling.
Yes, can you imagine the size of the guy that beat him?
I don't think he saw him coming, but he did.
Yeah.
What, Bruce?
No, I can't. Yeah, no. So the judging. Let's take a look at the judging here. So yeah, there's hitting technique, there is precision, and the impression that the blow made on the opponent.
Correct.
Is he shaking his head? Is he lying on the ground out cold? That type of impression. And then in order for the strike to be correct, the strike must be dealt with the whole open hand. So the whole hand needs to hit the face at exactly the same time.
Okay.
What?
Carry on. I'm laughing.
Because you can't, so you can't let the sort of the heel of the hand hit before the fingers, because that would be
what, Bruce?
That would be very. Sorry, I'm losing my words here. That would almost end up being like a punch to the jaw, I'd say.
Yes,
using
that's
the heel
illegal,
of the hand.
obviously.
Yeah. Judges keep notes on an ongoing basis, and then in the case of a tie, by the judges after 3 rounds, then there's overtime.
Overtime.
And that's how the judging works.
So what is your what is your view?
I'm sorry, this is not fighting.
It's a fight.
As far as I'm concerned.
I can guarantee you they would slap you harder than you could punch them.
I know.
And if you're punching, you're fighting. Therefore, you're...
I know.
What would you call it
But
then?
there's no blocking, there's no avoiding, there's no skill involved in not being...
That talks about most bar fights. Exactly what you're saying.
That's also true.
It's exactly what happens. And it's still a fight. A fight, it doesn't have to be blocks or anything. I can go outside and fight you, and you could run around, and when I try and hit you, and that's a fight. It's a very lame fight, let me tell you. But you don't have to block. A fight means two people are trying to hit each other and to go freaking hairy-carry and hope someone lands a punch.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
But everyone lands a punch every time, though, on this one.
So? I'm just trying to understand your point here.
No, it's just like it's just not. It's also not very exciting to watch as far as
Really?
I don't think so. It's like
you were quite engrossed when we started watching.
But I'm not gonna spend a lot of my time watching slap fighting.
Yeah. Well, my view is that it's very entertaining. People want to stand opposite each other and slap them harder than most people can punch. I think it's fascinating. I think, I find it very... Look, sure, I mean, I wouldn't sit and watch hours of it.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty similar.
Yeah.
But I think it's, what I call it a sport.
I don't know if it... Yeah, I don't know.
My view will not be spoken about unless someone else hears and tries and slap fights me. Look, anything is a fight. There's rooster fights. Speaking of roosters, they actually have... It's probably illegal, but where they
it is. Yeah.
fight each other.
Definitely.
And there's... So it's definitely a fight. Sport.
Yeah. That could...
But I reckon what makes a sport really is an amount of people who want to do who want to play, and they have regulations, they have rules, they have set everything up, and it's a sport. I think there's an actual ruling as to what becomes a sport. And a lot of it's just rules and regulations and making sure that everything makes sense, and people who want to do it, and boom, you've got a sport. Anybody can make up a sport.
That's also true.
It might not be a good sport. It might not be a a sport made of wisdom, but
Everyone knows my feelings on golf.
What is that, Bruce?
Golf's not a sport, as far as I'm concerned.
What is it?
It's an activity. It's a competitive activity. I won't take that away from them.
Wow.
But I wouldn't call it a sport.
Well, we'll leave it to our listeners to work out if they want to. It's either way, whatever you want to call it, it's entertaining. Probably guys will watch it more than girls.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although we see quite a few.
There is actually
female competitors.
And we watched one, and there was a pretty butch lady there, and there was a more of a reasonably tall. What do we say? Like a Viking
Amazon type.
A Viking Amazon woman.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, she took the Raphael girl to the frigging cleaners.
She did. Yeah.
And rang her
impressive.
through. Do you remember? I don't. Oh, thank you. Its device is ready to be paired. That's what happens with a Bluetooth speaker. You got one, don't you?
I do.
Yeah. So does yours talk to you?
No, mine just goes beep, bing.
But I want to know who did that voice, because she's like known on countless Bluetooth speakers.
I think she's.
The Bluetooth device is ready to be paired.
She sounds like she's AI generated. I don't think it's a.
She
human
doesn't
voice.
sound. She sounds slightly human.
That means it's pretty impressive AI.
It's damn good AI. Anyway, so that was the slip fighting. Yeah, so you can make your choices, but I think it's highly entertaining. If you need something like really stupid and brainless, literally brainless, to watch, if you're like on the toilet or on the bus or in the back of an Uber.
That's also true.
Take like 5 or 6 minutes and watch someone beat the crap. In fact, we spoke about it in one of our previous episodes, like I think it was our last one actually, where you spoke about slapping through the face. Well, this is pretty much, see, I listen to our podcast, you don't, it's fine.
Yeah.
We know that. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But I listen to each episode probably 2 or 3 times.
Well, that's the one thing I did notice with the guys that were a little bit more successful in the slap fights. They did slap through. They didn't
face.
They didn't stop.
No.
At the face.
They went through.
Follow through. It's all about follow through.
That's right, Bruce.
Even in your golf swing, but golf is still not a sport.
Look, I am not even going to talk about golf. I find it's insanely boring.
Thank you.
It's still a sport, but I just, don't have time to waste on golf. So if you play golf, it's okay. I'll bring a pillow. Good.
Cool stuff.
Thanks, guys, for listening, learning about a new sport. If you intend to do it, let me know so I can film you and laugh.
Yeah. Cool, guys.
Hope your week ahead of you guys is... come on, man. I'm just being polite now.
Sorry, dude.
Just being friendly to our listeners. So we're gonna, it'll just sound the same every single episode, and people don't care. No, I was just saying, guys. Hope you have a wonderful week ahead of you. Okay.
Thanks a lot, guys, for listening.
Bruce doesn't seem to care.
I do.
Freaking make your device pair, damn it.
Oh, jeez, it's still not pairing.
No.
I don't think she wants to pair.
She doesn't.
I think that date's a bit of a bust.
Yeah. I'll let you alone with that joke that I don't get. Guys, thank you for listening. It's been fantastical. Please go ahead and do all those lovely stuff. We had like 121 views of one of our episodes. So I'm sure there's at least one person there who hasn't subscribed. We're on 22, which we're grateful for.
Cool, yes.
But I don't think people see subscribing as like a bad thing, like they're going to be followed on their emails and everything.
No, that's not the case.
You just subscribe saying, hey, I like your content. We're not going to track you down because we don't know how to do it anyways. We wouldn't.
No.
So just take the time to subscribe, guys. I think it'll just be awesome for us and show some appreciation for our hard work. Thank you.
Awesome, guys. Catch you on the next one.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.